So yeah, credits are not going to be an issue going forward. Okay. Let's talk about the war assets. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets that you have accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. So yeah, we will continue to get these, and it affects this bar. Allied forces are overwhelmed by Reapers on multiple fronts and taking heavy casualties. Troops assisting in a final push will have a strength of 655. Chances of success are very poor. So we'll be able to check what it says our chances of success are based on how many war assets we continue to gain throughout the game. Now, I like the idea behind this. You know, it's just a matter of whether or not it was done properly and whether or not you like the idea of it just being a simple amount of numbers instead of like specific different things that you can micromanage, you know, things like that. So like we, an engineering corps, a specific marine division, you know, some fleets from the Alliance, Allers, of course, our Normandy, some mineral resources, and Al-Jelani is actually a war asset here. Because if you're wondering how is she a war asset, well, she reached out to viewers for a wartime plea for unity and cooperation amongst all galactic species. Her sincerity touched viewers, and donations for war relief efforts are now pouring in both to the Alliance and its alien allies. That's why these are considered war assets, the reporters, because they're reaching out to people, asking them to please contribute whatever they can to the war effort against the Reapers. So I like the idea. I think it could have been done better. In fact, that's probably a phrase you're going to hear a lot when it comes to this game. It could have been done better. Like, a lot of these things I don't, like, hate or despise like other people do, but I will agree that they could have been done better had there been, different circumstances going on, had there not been executive meddling from EA, It's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about the idea of the modding community now getting their hands on this game. Even though they've had it for the past decade, the original version, but the Legendary Edition, I think, actually gives them more opportunity to work on this and create things for Mass Effect 3, particularly, even though they can do so for all three games, but being able to actually have various different mods and such that can just enhance the overall experience of Mass Effect 3 to be far better than it originally was, because this is content now being made by fans and people who are passionate about this game compared to, well, some of the other actual people who were involved, mainly on the EA side of things, who were not. But that's a whole another separate thing. So I don't recall being able to actually do that. I honestly don't recall being able to actually use this maintenance shaft to go between floors. Was that something they added to this? I mean, that's really cool.
I can't believe the council won't help. Come on, Sarah.
Okay, this is why this is a separate mod. Back in the day, the original game, you had to stand here and wait for the scan thing to finish going through before you could actually move forward and continue, and have to listen to these two every time. It drove me nuts. The fact that I had to be forced to stand there and not move before I could actually continue. That's why separate mods were actually created just for that. Hey, Joker. For old time's sake. Close the shutters.
Hey, Commander. I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking?
Okay, so there was an option to get rid of him talking about acknowledging the hanging up on them if you never actually did that, which I never did with this character. So it just made that kind of an awkward silence moment there because there was no dialogue to replace it.
Commander?
You'll also notice that they replaced the, hey, we start an actual, like, conversation dialogue thing.
The Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
I'll have to double check whether or not the Silence Trainer mod is working properly. Huh. Oh, it's actually right here. Normandy Manifest. Huh. Look at this. Oh, this must be some of the other stuff here. So these must be some extra things that were added via some of these mods here. Look at this. We can actually be able to, like, change some of these things, which I didn't even think about before. I can assign who I want my executive officer to be. Oh, this is cool. I like this. I find it amusing. There's like an option here to show Shepard as the captain, but yet it doesn't give you an option to change that. Like, Shepard put someone else in charge. Like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. Someone else do this. This is cool. And I'll bet that for now, this is very limited, but as we get more people, we can actually then start assigning them different ranks. And look at this. This was not in the original game. I can tell you guys right now, this is definitely part of the mods. And I think this is really, really cool. Yeah, you can see there's not many options here. So I don't have an XO, and the only one I can pick right now is Joker, so I guess I'll just go ahead and make Joker my XO for now, since I have nobody else I can choose. Non-crew specialists, okay. On standby, okay. That's really cool. Oh, and of course we have the screen to be able to customize our companions and their appearances. You can stick with his default armor for now. Ah, that's right. This was another... Oh, this was the... They added the Spectre terminal here on the Normandy. Oh, that's cool. Lots of emails for Shepard to catch up on after 6 months in house arrest, right? If it's alright, I've set up equipment in the old XO quarters. Hopefully it will help. The Citadel's huge and quiet. Let me know when it's time to go kick some Reaper. Oh, there you go. I've got everything set up in the medbay, Commander. Glad to be back in action. Losing comms. It's hell down here, Shepard. Get us some help. We'll be in touch when I can. Anderson. Thanks for giving me this chance, Commander. I promise it'll be worth your time. Hey, Commander, as the first act in my new reign as Executive Overlord, I'm hiring a chef to join the crew. I've always said that if I was captain, that is what I would do first, and given XO is about as close as I am to likely take advantage. Joker. P.S. Thanks for this. I'm enjoying being officially in charge of Edie. That was a joke, Edie. I like how there are emails here to respond to the fact that I changed who is the XO and who's personnel. That's really funny. From Cortez. We'll meet him later. Commander, while we were docked at the Citadel, we received a large case marked for your personal attention. I scanned it, and it looks like it contains a lot of high-end weaponry. Edie assures me that it was stored by members of your former crew, but I still need your authorization. Let me know if you want to allow it on board, and I'll move it over to the armory. Cortez. Yes, accept delivery. I forgot there are apparently some options here, so. Glyph upgrade. Dear Commander Shepard, some of the data you found allowed me to research an upgrade for you. Simply access the terminal in Dr. Tassoni's office at your convenience, and you may choose how and when to implement it. Have a pleasant day, Glyph. Edie, welcome back. While we were in dry dock, Joker suggested that a small welcoming gift be appropriate to have on hand should you be reinstated as commanding officer. As the ship does not have the capacity to accommodate the dancers he suggested, I chose something from the official Systems Alliance catalog. Soldiers who have held an N7 designation for 5 years or more are entitled to a commemorative hooded jacket to wear on off-duty hours. You will find it among the selection of casual clothing in your cabin. That was because this was new. That the hoodie was new to this game, before we got it later. The Quarian Fleet. Where's the Quarian Fleet? The latest intelligence shows that the Reapers are taking system after system at a feverish pace. Members of all races are fleeing from their stations, colonies, and in some cases their homeworlds. This kind of forced exodus might seem especially familiar to the nomadic Quarians who were pushed off their homeworld by the synthetic Geth centuries ago. But as the galaxy pushes back against the Reapers, the Quarians are conspicuously absent. Turian and Alliance spokespeople cannot provide the fleet's current location. They say that they have other concerns at the moment. Whatever the Quarians are up to, they want it kept secret from the Council. After a refueling stop at Ilium, the fleet left no stated destination. And there are also reports of a galaxy-wide call for all young adult Quarians to abandon their pilgrimages to rejoin the fleet. Greedy and short-sighted powers will always try to gain the upper hand in times of galactic crisis. We can only hope that whatever the Quarians are planning does not interfere with the only thing that should matter, stopping the Reapers. Read out Ruxius Riley's regular column View of the Empire, exclusively on ANN. K9 from Andrea Brown. My dog. Dear Commander Shepard, I was a contractor working on the Normandy's haptic interface when it was in dry dock. Your VI, Edie, emailed me to let me know that I left my dog Meg on board. I'm all the way out in Terra Nova now, and would hate for you to go on a million clicks out of your way to drop off my dog. Please just take care of her. She likes exploring, sniffing chemical trails, and 750-volt outlets. Thank you and sorry for the trouble. I promise she won't be too much of a headache. Andrea Brown. Alliance Fleet Operations. Flash, flash, flash. All Alliance military personnel. This is a galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. All Alliance military personnel are directed to evacuate Sol System at first available opportunity. Do not attempt Earth approach. Heavy enemy resistance reported. Repeat, do not attempt Earth approach. Further instructions to follow on Coded Channel Crimson Tacit. Earth-based Alliance personnel unable to evacuate are directed to commence any and all necessary countermeasures. All remaining Alliance personnel outside Sol Theater are directed to muster at pre-appointed staging areas and commence offensive combat operations at first available opportunity. In absence of further instruction, independent action is authorized. Alliance Command Reinstatement. From Hackett. Commander Shepard, this letter formally acknowledges your reinstatement into the Alliance Navy per Admiral David Anderson's recent verbal communication. Under Emergency War Powers Regulation 903.5, you are hereby authorized to assume command of the Normandy SR-2. You are directed to begin interdiction operations against any and all enemies posing a threat to Earth and its colonies and its allies. Furthermore, you are granted diplomatic authority to establish treaties with non-human races, as required to support your mission. Sincerely, Admiral Stephen Hackett. Special Operations. With the Alliance stretched thin across the galaxy, we need your specific talents for a series of ops. These missions will open doors for the Alliance in places we can't touch, though through conventional means. After your missions are completed, we can send in Alliance Marines to hold the objectives. I have sent mission dossiers to your operations team and will continue to brief you when you are inbound. Stephen Hackett.
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. You're not alone here.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
Carry on, Specialist.
We will go over the codex in a bit. Now, here is another thing that was added specifically for this game that was obviously not here before, which I actually like the usage of this. It's a nice little brief reminder, and of course it serves a purpose later, but it's always kind of a nice little reminder to remind those who have paid the ultimate price to help us get to this point. You know, you see familiar names here now, right from the get-go, and we will see more names added to this list as we go on, familiar names. You can already see on the left there, you can see Presley, Caden, and Jenkins, in case you forgot about him. But yeah. That's where Thane used to be, where Kasumi used to be. It's now been turned into kind of a nice downtime room for people to just kind of chill and relax. You know, before when we said the next Normandy gets a bar, I don't know if they thought it was actually going to happen, but there you go, it actually does happen. By the way, you'll notice this time, the other restroom is actually locked off. Like, you could go into the other one before in the previous game, and you'd be like, Shepard, you go into the other one. This time it's just straight up locked. Like, you cannot get in there. We'll talk to Chacos in a moment. Here we go. If you're wondering why do they cost nothing? Because this is part of a mod I have that basically has them all and costs nothing, so you can be able to just mess with them however you desire. There were some new ones here that were actually added to this game specifically, so I'm gonna go back to having barrier as a part of my powers here, since I was kind of liking how they were being used. I do want to reset things, though, because I don't like how it already had stuff pre-designated, preset. See, they already had points and stuff, and I was like, but I don't want it there. I want to be able to... I like being able to set these things up all my own. I tend to enjoy the micromanaging those things myself. Look at this, we can use the maintenance shaft again right here. I honestly don't remember that being a thing in the original game, but maybe it was, I just don't remember it.
Commander? Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff bringing me back.
And worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is okay.
I guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. The procedure we did for your scarring has produced a lovely synthetic protein overlay. And your body has accepted the implants quite nicely.
It did better. Sure didn't come cheap.
That's it. You're the picture of health.
You never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
So, should we start calling you Mama Chakwas?
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
How's their inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
Okay, it's there. I just want to double check. No reason to go there yet until Garrus comes back. Gee, I wonder when we'll get him back. Oh, imagine having a setup like that. Oh, what I would give to have a setup like that.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Meeting with the council didn't go too well, huh?
It was less than ideal.
I'm shocked.
At least the Council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
I don't think we're going to need to worry about shields. We are playing on narrative, I think, which is stupidly easy.
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Now, why can't I talk to Liara? That's odd.
Please, enjoy your day.
For some reason, I can't talk to Liara right now. Hold on. Let's try something. What? Nope. Whatever. Whatever. So yeah, this is the room where Allers is going to be staying.
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
Chobot is not the best voice actress out there. Let me just put it that way. Alright, where are you? Where are you, Squeakers? I know you're down here. Where are you? There you are! Got you! I always wondered who put all my models just throughout the ship. Here's a familiar face, Adams!
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chakwas contacted me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without...
What is Shepard looking at?
Every sensor in range. Very handy for...
Just staring off into space.
All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Huh. I don't remember this being a thing before. Further upgrades to the Normandy. Improved firearms training. To be added onto the cargo deck. Look at these extra options here. I love this. Oh, look at this. It's also showing the upgrades that we got back in the second game. Yep. I wonder if we'll get even more later on. But we just added a shooting range to the cargo area. Let's go see how that looks now. Is that really down here in the shuttle bay, or did I misunderstand that? Because I thought that's what it was saying. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay. Be able to get all these different things here. The Kodiak. Requisition that. Ah, shooting range targets. Very nice. Aha. You know what? I'll go ahead and do this on my own, off camera. I'm sure you guys don't want to sit there watching me buy all these things, right? A lot of stuff to get. And that's why I made sure to get all the extra credits for this. Oh, that's how I can set up the firing range. That's really great. Yeah, this is all stuff that I can work on my own later. Hello, Cortez.
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant. What's going on?
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So, you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Not really sure why it's showing him wearing his armor on the Normandy. I feel like that's an issue with a conflict amongst my mods that I may have to take a moment to address, because the fact that he's wearing his armor instead of his casual clothes, because I remember the Expanded Galaxy mod did have an option to set up what I wanted his casual wear to be, but I don't know. Just feels weird.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So you can fly fighters and fix them?
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
Anytime I hear someone say to Shepard, like, hey, welcome back to the Alliance, I can't help but want to make some kind of joke about her being part of the Horde.
Good dog.
Good doggy. I believe there's some more models around here. We'll have our little talk with Vega in a moment. Ah. Normandy SR1. Apparently I don't get to talk to him right now. I wonder if that's some kind of bug. Oh, the bugs I might be running into. It was a concern I had going into this. Weapons storage chest. Ooh. Oh, these are the things I had before that I can now retrieve. Like my old damaged N7 helmet. Stuff that I had in the previous games that I can now retrieve and just kind of add to my armory here. I like that. That's what that email was about. Like, hey, they delivered this stuff, and if you want to retrieve it, there you go. Alright, now let's take a moment to take a look at our cabin. My fish! Squeakers is back in his home. There's a little toy there. It's right in my shower, though. I think I should move that. All my models are just back in their place now. Huh. Is that the beacon from Ilos? Oh, not Ilos. Eden Prime? I mean, it's part of that mod I told you about where we get to collect stuff. I'm just seeing this, I'm like, huh. But to me, it just made sense that Shepard would want to collect some things. At least I would want Shepard to collect some things. That data pad is actually one of those little tiny things that got fixed amongst the community patch mod and such, so. Alright, this is the new Normandy. Or rather, the retrofitted Normandy. So, I believe we have gone around and talked to everybody. Oh. Good to see you, Commander. Come by again if you want to talk shop. Getting fan mail from Solarian Space. A lot of I signed up because I heard about Earth. Every little bit counts. Diana. Uh-oh. Okay, that may be a bug. So I will cut it off here. Probably do a little bit of examining of mods and such, and hopefully things are not bad, you know. And when we come back, there's a possibility we'll head to Palvin, but we may also do some other stuff. Stay tuned.